Hey friends! Alright, so I know I just uploaded a video saying that I probably wasn't going to be uploading for a bit, but I'm going to try my best today because I have a tiny bit more energy than I did the past couple of days today. For anyone who did not watch my last video, I have been dealing with COVID. It's been not fun, as you can probably guess, but gotta keep going, right? So I wanted to make a video today. I realized I've done a few BB cream reviews now, but I have a few other BB creams that I never did review that I have used several times, and I figured I would do another review of one of the ones that I have used and continue to use now, and I'll do a demo kind of like I did on my last one. But the BB cream we are talking about today is this one right here. So this is I think it's Mizon. I think it's Mizon. It's the Mizon Multifunction Formula Snail Repair Intensive BB Cream. This one is in the shade 21. It does come in, I pulled up on my iPad. There are 4 different shades that I can see. I don't know if you could see that. There you go. So I'm the lightest shade on there. I am very, very pale. But I have a lot of like pink in my skin, you can kind of see. But yeah, I went with the 21. And this is SPF 50 plus PA+++. I've mentioned in previous videos, I live in Florida. I work out in the sun all day long shifts outside here, so I do need a very good sunscreen. I wear like a basic sunblock on my face, and then I always try to wear makeup that has a good SPF as well, just because I am out there all day and I don't need further sun damage to my skin. I've still got lingering breakouts from having COVID. I break out every time I get sick, so but anyways, I am going to read to you some of the information that it says online and on the bottle about this BB cream, and I'll let you know if I notice any of that with it, because I have used this quite a bit. Excuse me. So as far as what it says on the bottle, it says wrinkle improvement, brightening, UV protection effect, high coverage snail blemish balm for bright and radiant skin. Now, snail, I know that scares a lot of people off. Snail mucus, whatever you want to call it, is used in a lot of Asian skincare products. It's supposed to have like regenerating effects, and be pretty good for your skin. It's like I said, some people are scared by that. If so, you can avoid these products, but honestly, there's nothing weird about them. They're not like super slimy. They don't have any bad smell or anything like that, at least from the products that I've used. And I've used quite a few snail products now from Korean brands, and they do wonders for my skin. I notice that it improves the elasticity. My skin seems more hydrated, and overall I just really like the effects that I get from it, so I figured I would give this one a try. But that's what it says on the bottle, but there's more information here. I'm gonna read to you from the Amazon pages, which is where I bought this for, how much did I pay? $14. Although I think I got this a little cheaper. Let me see here. It says recommended if you do not like heavy makeup, have sensitive and dry skin, which is me for sure. I am very prone to like flakiness, and I have very sensitive skin. Want moisture plus coverage, want a natural finish, and want a BB cream that does not need reapplication. So meaning it's kind of saying that it has some staying power to it. That's pretty much it from what I'm seeing on here. Now, if you do get this from Amazon, I always tell people, once again, anytime you're getting imported products, please do your research, and read the reviews thoroughly, just to make sure you're not getting like some sort of like bootleg product that you probably don't want to be putting anywhere on your skin, your body. Read the reviews just to make sure you're getting something legitimate. This one, I got this, it's like a squeezy one. It didn't give me a choice, but it does come in a pump form as well, which some people really, really like. I tend to like the pump form of BB creams better just because to me it feels more hygienic. You don't have any risk of it like pulling the product back into the bottle with some excess germs and things like that it can accidentally pull into there as well. At the same time, there are things that are good about squeeze tubes like this one that some people do like, and that's that you can continue to kind of squeeze every last bit of product out of it, instead of the pump where if the little like straw thing or whatever it is inside can't get any more out, then you're not necessarily going to get all of the product out of that bottle. And I like to squeeze out as much as I possibly can out of these things. But yeah, anyway, so that's that. Let me see if I'm missing anything here. Container, it's 50 grams, 1.76 ounces. And like I said, it sells for $14 right now on Amazon. But I know I've seen it anywhere from $8 to about $14 on there. So anyways, I am gonna put this on half of my face. I'm gonna do a little demo for you just to show you, and then full face like I usually do afterwards to show you how it all looks with it on. And then from there I will give you my thoughts as far as the application process and then what I have noticed using this in the long term. So I will be right back. All right, I've taken off my glasses so that we can start putting this on. You can see this is a little light, at least, I mean, maybe the underside of my arms. But this is what it looks like. It looks like it might be a little light for me right now. We'll see. It is not watery. I'd say this is like a midway between thick and... It's not as thick as some that I've used, but it doesn't like go sliding off my hand or anything. So I'm going to start applying this now. Let's see if I can do this or the camera. Maybe. Oh my gosh. I don't know how people do this. I can definitely see how red one side of my face is. Okay. Sorry, I had to like look in the mirror real quick to finish what I was doing. Okay. I think it's pretty obvious that the side of my face now has the BB cream on. It does look pretty light on me. I'm gonna be honest, I don't remember too much how this oxidized, if it got darker over time, but I guess we'll find out. But okay, so here's what we are working with. So this side of my face, you can obviously see some acne, scarring, and a lot of like redness, especially around here, my chin and my forehead. These three spots usually have a lot of redness. Over here, you can definitely see that it's even out a lot more. And let's see. And I do think, let me see, it's hard to look through here. I do think that it covers everything pretty well. Let me look in my mirror. Yeah, I'm pretty happy. I would say that this is a fairly high coverage. I'm always surprised when I go from one BB cream to another. Like how much I like each one of them, and they're all a little bit different. So coverage, yes, I would say coverage is actually fantastic. It does have, you can see, obviously it's glossy. I believe this does not get any more matte as time goes on. So some BB creams, you'll apply them and they're really glossy right off the bat, and then as you go throughout the day or, you know, a short time later, it'll mattify a bit so it's not so shiny. This one is very like glowy looking. So if this is not your look, you don't like the shine, I would put a finishing powder on top of this just to make sure that isn't a problem for you. Another thing I do remember about this BB cream, because I was feeling it just now, it feels very tacky. I do not remember that going away either. I want to say that this does stay a little bit tacky. Yeah, I want to say this stays a bit tacky throughout the day, which for me, it depends. When I was wearing like the masks and everything like that, and I had to at work, that would be more of an issue for me, because I feel like that translated to having a lot of transfer onto the masks and things like that, or clothing. If it's like tacky, I feel like it just naturally kind of catches on everything and wipes off. Although, like I said earlier, one of the boasting points that they have is that there's no need to reapply, and that the staying power is very good on this. I will say, without wearing the masks, or, you know, constantly touching your face, blowing your nose, anything like that, that the staying power of this has been very, very good for me. So, but yeah, I mean, there we go. I'm going to quickly put on the other half of this now that you have seen the difference. And I will continue to kind of talk about what I know about this and how it worked for me. So I will be right back. All right, so here we go. Full face of this BB cream. Now, let's take a quick look. Okay, so you can see a few pimples, things like that peeking through. But they were very, very dark, and considering that I really didn't have to like spot conceal or anything, I just went over it once with the full layer. Actually, what I showed on my hands earlier, on my hand, that's all I put. I didn't add any extra, so that worked for my whole face. But considering, I'd say that did pretty good. And obviously the redness has now been evened out. I can maybe see a tiny bit peeking through on my cheeks, but that's it. You can see, very glowy. So once again, if that's not your thing, finishing powder works excellent over this. And it also helps cut down on that tackiness that I was just talking about too. As far as the shade goes, you can see maybe just slightly a little bit of a difference. It's a little light. I'm trying to see if the other side oxidized much. Let me look at my mirror. No, they look about the same between what I first applied and this side over here. Yeah. Anyway, so I am very, very happy with the way that this looks. So now to cover some points. For anyone who's been watching this channel at all recently, you know that I've started up a Korean skincare routine because my skin was not doing so great. I was having some bad breakouts, and I had really, really dry, flaky patches all over my face, and just like it was affecting the way my BB cream went on and everything. And I'm going to be honest that when I was using this it was before I had started that routine, and I had a lot of dry, flaky parts on my skin. Now, during that time period where this was going on, I was not as big a fan of this BB cream as I am now. And the reason for that is, even though they seem to boast about the moisturizing and it being good for dry skin and everything like that, I'd say from my personal experience that that's more true if you're keeping up with everything else skincare wise, as like a maintenance to prevent your skin from drying out more again, if that makes any sense. Because when I was using this with all the dry patches and everything, I felt that this clung so badly to my dry patches. Like, I'd be applying it and it felt but some BB creams feel like they really like glide on very, very easily, regardless if your skin is more dry or not. And this one wasn't that for me when my skin was dry. When my skin was really dry, it felt like it was just almost like sandpaper. It was really hard. It didn't like spread smoothly. It caught on those dry patches and it just showed off the flakiness, and it just did not look good. It did not look good. Now that I'm actually keeping up with my skin, I wouldn't say my skin is like not dry anymore, but I'm putting all the products on and everything to help keep it more moisturized, and in conjunction with those other products, I am no longer having those issues that I was having before with this clinging to dry patches and such. So it works very, very well in like the maintenance portion now that I've got things under control. And I am much happier with how it applied as well. Now, this is still a little more, not as glidey. It is a little more, I don't know what to compare this to. I'm going to be honest. It doesn't apply quite as smoothly as some other BB creams that I've had. It is a little more thick, but like I said, it doesn't cling to those patches anymore, and I'm very happy. Trying to see if it's settled anywhere. Enjoy this close look at my wrinkles and everything else. So I'll look in the mirror too real quick. A tiny bit. Okay, so with all my BB creams, I always seem to have them settle like right here in the creases of my nose, and then under my eyes and the fine lines. And for me, that's just normal. And I usually will just kind of go over the areas, pat it down, check, and once I've done that like once or twice while everything's settling, it doesn't seem to happen again. And with this one, I do remember I didn't have that issue throughout the day with it settling into random parts until I had the dry skin. That's the only time I noticed that. With my skin being more moisturized now, I don't have that issue anymore, and I'm very, very happy with that. I'm trying to think. Wrinkle Care. I did notice that my skin was more plump around my eyes and other areas where I have more fine lines when I was using this consistently. Obviously, if I was letting my skin re-dehydrate again and I wasn't using products to keep up with it, and I was not using as a hydrating BB cream, I would notice that they would just kind of return. It's not like a permanent thing. But it seemed to kind of plump up your skin a little bit to help with the hydration, which helps even out some of the fine lines that you might notice when your skin's a little more dry. So I can attest to that. UV protection. Obviously, I use UV protection underneath this as well when I'm outside. But that being said, in conjunction with the other sunscreen, I have not had any issues with my face burning while using this product. I already mentioned it does keep up with maintenance, keeping your skin moisturized if you're already taking care of it. I will say once again, if your skin is super, super dry and you're not doing anything else to treat the dry skin, from my experience, I can't say that it definitely won't for you, but from my experience, this is not going to just automatically fix your skin or anything like that. It's not going to, get rid of the dry patches and make your skin ultra moisturized or anything. Excuse me, COVID cough. Anyways, but yeah, so, here we go. I'm going to kind of let it speak for itself. Excuse me, oh my gosh. And yeah, so I'm very, very happy. I do like this. I do think the shade match is fairly good. Just like with, unfortunately, a lot of Asian BB creams, there are not like a huge number of shades. So you might want to look at different brands who are a little more inclusive to different skin tones, if that's something that you're worried about. But if you're pale like me, this is pretty good. This is one of the best BB creams as far as not having like the gray, no gray or like yellow undertones, which is excellent. A lot of BB creams have the gray undertones, which make me look like dead, like super zombie. There's actually one I'm going to be trying out soon that I really, really like, but does have that gray cast, and I'm hoping I'll catch on camera. But this one is very true to what you see when it comes out of that tube. It doesn't oxidize weird or anything. It really is just like a light color. I don't know how to explain it. It's very neutral looking to me. Although I think they call it like something else, like rosy beige or something. It's paraben free. That's good to know. Okay, yeah, so the shade that I'm using, 21, does say it's rosy beige. Maybe it, I don't feel like I see any pink undertones in it or anything like rosy per se. But then again, I have a lot of redness in my skin, so maybe I'm just not seeing it, and maybe that's why it's kind of working out. Yeah, 23 is sand beige, 27 is medium beige, and 31 is dark beige. And 31, while way too dark for me, is definitely not dark enough for a lot of people. So it's still like kind of a tan. I know I showed it a little bit earlier. Let's see if you can see that again. And it kind of has like a little picture. But yeah, there are definitely other brands out there though that are a little more inclusive to different skin tones, if that's what you're looking for. But yeah, I am pleased with this. If you are really pale like me, this could work out really, really well for you. I do recommend, once again, if you have really dry skin, this is a good kind of maintenance BB cream, but please, you'll want to be using some good hydrating products aside from just this to prevent all the issues that I said I had earlier. But that's that. So I would say this is something I'll definitely keep coming back to, especially for me in winter time. This is a good one for winter for me. Especially like, I don't mind the tacky BB creams quite as much in winter time because the air and everything is more dry around me. I'm not like sweaty, and it just doesn't feel, you know, you can kind of feel gross when things are like tacky and you're on top of it, you're really sweaty and everything else. So this is more of a winter BB cream for me. Whereas right now I am sticking with the Misha BB cream that I reviewed recently. But anyways, so I have a few more reviews I'm going to be filming soon that have been requested. I have a mascara review. I have another BB cream review to do on the Purito BB cream that was going pretty viral for a little while, I feel like. That's why I bought it, and I liked it. So and then I have an eyelash serum review to do, but I'm going to be filming that over the course of a month or so I can get some like real results. But I have already started using it, and I'm going to keep taking pictures at least a couple times a week to kind of gauge how the growth is, if there is any, by the end of the month or so. But anyways, if anyone else has any other recommendations or things they would like to see me review, please just let me know in the comments below. It doesn't have to be just skincare and makeup. Obviously, I'll try out, like, I've tried out foods on here and stuff, although that'll be a little trickier soon. I am getting back into a healthier diet because I've failed miserably lately, and it's just been bad. Oof, I'm going to be covering that more soon. But anyways, yeah, so if there's something you want to see, please let me know. And I hope everyone's doing well and staying healthy. And I hope to see you all again soon. And yeah, have a good one.